There's Rocksteady King of the Pit TV signing in. Conspiracizing a little bit, alright? It's been a moment since I last recorded, so we are back on the old tinfoil hat. I want to start a podcast with a good friend of mine where I discuss, where we go on a deep dive of particular theories and ideas and potential realities, but then you think to yourself, when you're on target, you attract negative attention, and that attention you might not necessarily want. Are you ready to invite that into your life? And so, when you shed a lot of light, you bring a lot of darkness, right? The power of duality. The power of duality. If you have to ask, it's track number 2. My coffee's kicking in. I'm gonna get another one after this. Come on. Shout out to Michael, who recommended this on the Patreon. I'm going to give you money's worth, Mikey, mate. Don't you worry about it. I thought he said, I want to be gay. I want to be gay. I want to be gangster, thinking he's a wise guy, robbing at the bank. He's a sock him in the eye guy. Tank head. Let me tell you something, though. Obviously, the music is influenced by what it's music. It's influenced by, you could argue, like 70s funk and disco music, or at least forms the basis. Bruh, power of equality, and now we're jumping into track number 2. He's talking about race again. Do you know what I mean? I don't like to amplify and concentrate on race, because although you think showing attention to it is going to create unity, if anything, it just differentiates and divides us even more, my people. But I guess that's tribalism. But between you and me, if I knew a white guy who fronted a black-sounding band and he kept talking about race, like in some sort of virtue signalling way, I would think to myself, what skeletons have you got in your closet, mate? What skeletons have you got in your closet to be so overt about how good and harmonizing an individual you are? Are you a nonce? Back in the gym, can you tell? Might have to get on that test. Get on that test and that Anavar, Don't ask me why I'm flying so high. Mr. Bubble Meat, Superfly in my third eye. Searching for a soul bride. She's my freak, yes. Soak it up inside, deeper than a secret. Much more than meets the eye. To the funk, I fall into my new ride. My head. Put some respect on the panning. Olamide says my left ear likes that guitar. Put some respect on the panning there. The red pillar. The red pillar. Fascinating. It's a red pillar. Boaz and joking. Definitely one of my picks for greatest albums of all time. Sometimes magic is made in the studio during an album, and this is as good as it gets. Anthony is a beast when it comes to rhyming and flowing. RHCP definitely are slept on when it comes to lyrical content. Okay, fascinating, because as far as branding is concerned, I would say the nonsensical stuff is what promotes the lyrical side of things more so than the actual sensical stuff. And somebody comments saying they are slept because Anthony sometimes goes overboard too, and people dislike him in general. But yeah, I think the overboard thing, it does highlights the lyrical content more so than his actual well composed content. Ahead of its time, says Deicide Jones. I disagree. I mean, maybe the rapping element. There is a parallel between the Red Hot Chilies and Rage Against the Machine in their own way. Do you not think? You can't disagree with that. You can't I'm not allowing you to disagree. Right. Anything else? Anything else? I got drunk the other night, right? And I watched some guy streaming World of Warcraft for like 3 hours straight. I used to play World of Warcraft, and apparently they've done like... this might be a thing in the past now, for those in the know, but they've done like a hardcore mode where you can't die or something, and that's pretty sick. That's pretty sick. I wouldn't have gone very far on that. Right, cool. Not much more value in the comments section. Someone says, obviously, the peak of the Peppers. Probably one of the only albums you'll play start to finish. Nevermind and Bleach too. Nevermind, yes. In Utero, yes. Bleach, I don't think Bleach was that good. Acquired taste, I think, Bleach. Very good. Very good. Is this an album that flows from track to track? I had enough little bit of ramble on that. We got Breaking the Girl coming up next.